Get into it. Oop, queen.
All right. Let me pose for my intro.
And pose. And strut.
Yeah,
Pose
I keep
and
my
strut.
shoulder shoulder.
I believe in Naomi Small's supremacy.
With what?
Nothing. Hey, everybody. My name is Faye.
Hi everyone, I'm Irby.
And welcome back to I'm a Fan, the show where we talk shit or get hit. No, I'm kidding. The show where we talk shit or fan out about the show where we talk shit or fan out about Drag Race. Today, we are focusing on Drag Race US episode 4 of season 13. We start off this episode with all of the girls. They're all meeting for the first time. The pork chop queens have just finished getting off of the main stage. They walk into the workroom and all of the winning queens are there. But before that, the winning queens are sitting there gabbing, kikiing, and they tell Elliot that it would be a good idea to hide in the back so that the pork chop queens don't know that she's there, which is kind of the drama I was looking for. I was like, how are they're gonna know she's there? So what? Where are we going with this?
I was honestly thinking the same thing. So once they said it, I was like, yes, this is it.
Speaking of Elliot, I will say this is probably my favorite look of Elliot so far.
I'm gonna lie to you. I'm gonna say it right now. This episode, Elliot has not looked better.
So anyway, Elliot hides. The pork chop girls come in with the winning girls. They're all like, ha 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 ha, we're the winners. Ha 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 ha. Y'all can't go anywhere else but down, bitch. Ha 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 ha. It's a kiki, it's cute. Tina asks the pork chop girls where Elliot is, essentially playing dumb, like she doesn't know, and being like, so I sent 2 girls home. Where's the other girl? And then they tell her that they had to vote her out. They ask, why did you vote her out?
Yeah.
Stirring.
Love it. I love it. I was like, yes, Tina.
So then all the girls, give a little reason why. It was mostly them just kind of being like, the look wasn't there and we had to pick somebody, you know what I mean?
Yeah, basically.
Honestly, they don't know her, so like I can't imagine there was a lot of like malice behind it in any type of way. It was just like, okay, well, somebody has to go. I'm gonna pick someone who I don't feel like the look is that strong, and that person was it just happened to be Elliot.
And that was valid. I'm not gonna lie, that was valid.
It was valid. It was not my favorite look.
But here she is. She comes out and reveals that she's here. And the girls were like shocked. They were stone still. Like, what? Like, what the fuck? And then Elliot's coming like, well, now I know what y'all really feel. It was definitely the drama that I needed.
Well, let me tell you the drama that I needed. Tamisha Iman was like, listen, baby, it was no malice behind it. It was just somebody had to go. And then Elliot decided that she was going to come for Tamisha and be like, well, then why didn't you jump up? And Tamisha was like, they didn't pick me.
Tamisha is always going to be the one that's ready to say something, and whatever she says is going to be the truth, and it's going to hurt.
It was so funny. She was like, all these chihuahuas in here, and you go for the pit bull, bitch.
Right. And then was it Lala that said, oh, Tamisha has like a reputation in Atlanta for, don't mess with her. She will fight.
If that bitch like to fight.
She will fight. So that made me like Tamisha even more.
Y'all thought just because I was in remission, y'all was going to come for me? Bitch, bye.
She's a fighter in every way. I love her. So
I lived for that. I lived for her being like, they didn't pick me. They picked you. So that was the bulk of like them kind of meeting each other. They then come back into the workroom the next day. Tina asks everyone, because she asks everyone in the first episode who was single. So she's like, okay, now I got some more people. So who's single? Candy raises her hand like before. Everybody's raising their hand. And then Joey raises his hand. And then Candy was like, oh, work, you're single? And just immediately starts running around the table. And Joey's just like, away.
It was so cute.
I also love that Candy in her confessional was like, I love feminine boys. That was just so cute to hear someone say that, because oftentimes feminine boys are like, ostracized for one reason or another. So it was like, it was really, really cute to see that. It made me happy. It made my heart smile.
Me too. The taste around the table, especially. That's too funny. I was kind of worried whether or not they would mesh well, and if there's going to be any animosity or anything like that. But that was just a sign that things are okay.
Yeah, I feel like this whole group is kind of like vibing really well together, which is really, really cute to see. Because I know everybody likes, some drama here and there, but I really do like watching the girls get along. So RuPaul walks in and informs them that they will be doing a maxi challenge, doing different holidays for the RuPaulmark channel. So everyone is divvied up into groups. So what did you think of the performances? We'll start with each individual group. So we'll start with the Valentine's Day group. It was Denali, Olivia, Elliot, and Kamora. So how'd you feel?
I think that it was okay. It wasn't my favorite out of the three. I think that Kamora was definitely way into her head. She was struggling during rehearsals.
Oh, baby.
It was so bad to look at, honestly. Because we're actors, so we know how tough it can be when you're not getting a note and embarrassing, and you just go even more into your head. So I was put in that place with her, and when she got to do it and we got to watch the full thing, it still didn't translate. It's still, she didn't get the joke,
right?
She didn't get it.
The reference, yeah.
The reference.
That was a problem with Denali's performance as well. There were a lot of referenced things that she didn't really get, or maybe she did get, but the stress and pressure of being the one leading the thing probably got the best of her. I do agree with the rest of the girls. I feel like had Denali had a smaller part, she probably would have been fine. But it's the idea of I want to prove myself, so I'm gonna take this big part. That kind of bit her in the ass.
It was a lot of lines because that was already terrifying for her. But she got the lines, but it's just the delivery.
The delivery was it was unfortunate. Elliot was not super. Olivia was definitely the star of this group by far.
Yeah, I agree. She was definitely the person that was carrying it. Yeah, Elliot was just too bland for me.
So then we move on to the Flag Day group, which is Simone, Rose, Utica, and Lala Ree. How'd you feel about this one?
Okay, so this one was actually my favorite one. I laughed a lot. Yeah. There were so many funny lines, and the delivery of those lines were hilarious. I think Rose's little, gnome role, she did the best that she could with it. She was static and she didn't move, but her delivery was so funny. I also enjoyed Utica. Yeah, it's Utica. Utica, I love everything about her. Lala Ree, now, out of everyone in the group, was probably the one that struggled a little bit more than everybody else.
Yes.
She was really dry in her delivery. And that kind of translated into the actual end product as well. But I guess because of editing, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
It wasn't as bad as what it made it seem like it was going to be when they were filming.
Now, Simone stole the show for me. Her delivery and her choices and, behind those lines, I thought was what made that whole, skit for me.
Yeah, she definitely carried the group. Yeah, I loved her little, she brought a little Moira from Schitt's Creek into it. Flag Factory, it was really, really cute. Yeah. Obviously being the lead, you kind of your performance kind of carries the thing. Yeah. So she did a phenomenal job with that. Yeah, and I will say Rose also did a great job. Utica was cute, as she always is. Just one of my favorite human beings, period. Yeah, I would say this was my favorite group, my favorite skit, for sure.
I love flags. God love flags. Amen, sister. Amen. Yes.
Our last group is the April Fool's group with Gottmik, Tina Burner.
Yes. Joey J. Candy Muse. And one more,
and Tamisha Iman. I wasn't going to forget Tamisha. How'd you feel about this group? I felt very middle of the pack for this group. I know I just asked you, but I'm going to start. I thought they did well. Right. But they definitely based on the other two groups where one one was great, and then the other was kind of they definitely felt right here,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel the same.
Right in this glory hole that I've just created. Right?
Love it.
Hello. Block the whole channel.
I agree. I think that they definitely were middle of the pack. It was good. They had, interesting moments and, some moments of humor that really took it up a notch. Tamisha cracked me up. The commercials made it seem like she was gonna bomb this,
Right.
because
No, yeah, for sure.
they showed her clip, doing the the laugh, and then Lala Ree saying, I forgot what she said. Right. So I was worried.
When in reality, she was talking about herself.
Herself.
Which
Exactly.
is funny.
But yeah, Tamisha was so good. Speaking of, like how Kimora wasn't able to take notes, but Tamisha was able to take notes and then some, and then she really made it her own. Joey J, she was nervous.
Yeah, probably the weakest of this group.
Yes, definitely. I think definitely the weakest of this group. She was too stiff, and then back to how to use the camera, right? Like I think we talked about it in the first episode. She was profiled too much, and actors, you got to be able to balance. There's a lot of things that are going.
There's a lot, yeah.
It is a lot, and it was just overwhelming for her, and she kind of, it got the best of her.
Though I will say, in the final product, it wasn't too terrible.
It wasn't. Yeah, the editing really made it more seamless. She was still stiff though. I could see her arm. I was like, girl, loosen up a little bit. Gottmik was just, I don't know. It wasn't that her role was necessarily anything dramatic or major necessarily, but like she had moments where her personality came out.
Yeah.
And that's what I
made choices. She made choices and stuck with them,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Really all it's about. You just make a choice. And then if it doesn't work, then you make a different choice.
Exactly. They let you know. Bringing in the gangster at certain moments.
I'm not joking, bitch.
Every time she said it, because it was her saying it, it just felt so wrong and so right. So like it cracked me up every single take.
So perfect. Yeah.
It was perfect.
I thought Tina did well as well. You could definitely tell Tina's had like a lot of acting experience.
Right.
This was definitely not new to her at all. And you could tell in the final product for sure. Like she knew what she was doing.
Yeah, absolutely. She was definitely the most confident one there. Now, Candy also, first of all, when she was choosing the role, she just claimed it. She started highlighting her part.
You're highlighting but we have work. Okay, so Candy is
and I'm all for that. I'm all for that because it's her. Like that's Candy. And she knew it. So that was smart.
I feel like she probably would have gotten it anyway, but it was just funny that she was like, oh no, this is mine, bitch. Y'all ain't even finna try me. I've seen these other seasons where some other host will be like, oh, I want this too. Nope, bitch. Nope, mine. It's already highlighted. Sorry. Okay, so then we go into the runway. Runway. Run. Runway. Let me stop before my wig fall off.
We don't want that.
Then I'm embarrassed. The category is trains. Trains for days, trains on the runway, trains on the railway, working on the railroad all the live long day, runway. So everyone comes out, looking gorgeous. I feel like this is probably the opposite of how I felt about the UK runways. Go to this link up here. This little card is going to pop up if you want to know our thoughts on the UK's runways. But for the US runways, almost all of them were so good.
I think I enjoyed all of them in some way. Because I watched this after I watched the UK episode. So I was like, oh, thank God. I was so happy we were bringing it and they looked so beautiful, the makeup, the hair, the outfits. I was like, oh yes, fashion, baby, fashion. This is bittersweet, but I really did love Kimora's look.
So good. So unbelievably good. Are you kidding me?
So good. Like it had no business being up there. I'm like, wait, should this be in the museum? Like, why is it here? And she turned around, you saw the scales and the train. And like, I thought it was just so smart. I love the shoulders. That was such a great shoulder moment. The spikes, the dragons, Like it was just so fierce. I was obsessed with that look. And it's not surprising, Kimura, we know, oh no.
Right, every look is gonna be phenomenal. We knew this.
We all know. But she just took it up a whole other notch and like representing her culture and history, and it was just glamour to the T. Like everything about it was so great. You go. Oh wait, before you go, actually, there was another person that came to mind. And I would have been remiss if I didn't mention this, okay? Because this kind of look right here is somewhat inspired by her.
Bitch.
Okay. Simone. That was loud. I'm sorry for those of you who have earphones in, but Simone.
No, Simone, bitch.
Simone. Simone just.
You need to hear it.
She's constantly like, she's all about representing herself and her culture and people like her and dark skins. I love it. Like, give me shoulder, give me skin. It's on national television. I'm like, yes, bring it forth.
The first time I watched it, I literally gasped next to my mom. And she's like, okay. But I gasped and I was like, I literally held my face like this. And until she walked away from the runway, and I was like, that's iconic. Her bitch. That was everything and more that I wanted.
She keeps raising the bar and changing the meaning of a lot of these categories, and finding new unique ways that are specifically hers, her own point of view. I think is just the perfect combination each time.
One, the Maxi Challenge, well deserved, completely
well deserved.
Like she is doing the damn thing. So
yes,
those better be scarred. I really, really enjoyed Denali's look as well.
Yes,
I thought Denali's look was gorgeous. Another call to her culture, which I always kind of really, I love those runways because I feel like there's so much thought that goes into the runways, because obviously you want to represent your culture to the best of your ability. So seeing Kimura, seeing Simone, and seeing Denali's runways were definitely my standouts. But everyone looked good. I will say the only look that I didn't, if I had to pick a least favorite look, it probably would be Tina.
Same.
Just because I didn't really care for it. It was executed well. There wasn't a hem. Everywhere you see there's a hem, but there wasn't a hem. It just was not my favorite thing.
Yeah.
You probably didn't see, but Gottmik posted what she was going to be a conductor, kind of like what Tina was. She posted that, I think on Twitter and maybe on Instagram. I'll post it here for anyone who wants to see it. But I liked that one better. But no knock to Tina, because I think she did a great job. It's just if I had to pick someone who was my least favorite, probably Tina. Yeah, I think Tina and Candy. Yeah, I think Tina and Candy were probably my two least favorite outfits. But I know that Candy had to work on hers last minute with the help of Tina and Gottmik, because something happened with the original one where she couldn't wear that. So props to you for coming out there and doing what you could do. But yeah, those two were probably my least two favorite. But everyone else I really enjoyed.
That dynamic trio, they were my least favorites. Gottmik, Candy, and Tina. I was kind of let down a little bit with Gottmik, just a little bit.
Yeah, I would also probably say that Gottmik wasn't my favorite either. I mean, it felt very free, flowing in the breeze, living my, my trans experience out and proud, doing whatever the fuck I want to do. I got that energy and I loved it. But it was just comparatively, looking at everything else, I was just it's probably not my favorites. Also, quick shout out, Rosé's look was cute. It was cute, but she posted on Twitter and probably Instagram her as Brose, her doing it, but in not in drag, and that was an experience for me. So I felt the need to share. It'll be here.
Oh, okay. So I see what you mean. Yes. I like this more, now than I did.
Yeah, I like it. I like it out of drag more than I liked it in drag.
In drag, yeah.
I feel like in drag, there wasn't enough train. I feel like had the train gone on a little longer, I maybe would have been like, I like it, but like it was fine. We have Simone win the maxi challenge and 5,000 doll hairs to add to her other 5,000 doll hairs. And our bottom two were Denali and Kimora Hall. Do you agree?
Denali though?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I definitely thought some other performances were worse. I do agree with Candy. I thought Elliott should have been in the bottom as opposed to Denali. I think I could have gone Lala or Joey in that other spot though.
I could definitely see Joey. Joey, like I said, didn't make any strong choices and was really sticking in her head. So I thought that was what was going to happen. It was going to be Joey and Kimora. But to see, oh my gosh, to see Denali in the bottom two was shocking. And then it made me even more scared for Kimora because we know
that Denali is a lip sync assassin.
Exactly. So like once I saw that, I was like, damn.
You kind of knew that Kimora was gonna go home. I'm gonna go to the Untucked because this happens chronologically before the lip sync. You get to see this really cute moment between the two of them where they're like, between all of the pork chop girls where they're all talking and because they've formed this kind of like bond. And Kimora's, thanking everybody for like being her support system. And everyone's like, we love you and the fight's not over, do your thing. And then to see her and Denali have a sidebar within that and be like, let's do this for Chicago. I was like, let's do it for Chicago. Let's literally
on my couch, emotional.
On my couch in Chicago. Let's do it for Chicago, bitch. Let's do it. Y'all better kill it. Play it up. Meanwhile, I had already seen the lip sync. I already knew what was gonna happen. But I was like, let's play it up. Y'all are gonna do it. Word.
I legit almost shed a tear though. So to the lip sync. Denali, like we said, slayed it, and she was slaying it.
Like the house down.
It was shocking how good it was.
You know what? It wasn't shocking because Denali is from Chicago, and Chicago breeds lip syncers, period.
Not just lip syncing, but like just the dancing and the choreography, and like she is it.
She is probably my favorite lip syncer out of every Drag Race season I've ever seen.
Yeah.
She is the lip sync assassin. Regardless of if she wins or whatever happens in this competition, if she doesn't come back as a lip sync assassin for All Stars, I'm going to be very, very, very upset. Denali literally, she said it in the Untucked. She was like, I'm not going to hold back. And I don't want you to either. And Kimora was like, no, of course, I don't want you to hold back either. And Denali did not hold the fuck back. Nope. That was murder.
Yeah.
I almost called the police.
She really killed everybody there and then some, even the people at home. Like, it was just ridiculous.
Bitch, I felt like I was going home and I was sitting on my couch. I was like, well, let me pack up.
Kimora was definitely trying. And what she was wearing too was like,
it was very much a hindrance for sure.
Yeah, so she was limited. But if I was up there with Denali, I would have peed my pants. Probably.
No, fully.
Even just a little bit. But still, show face, but still know that I'm going home. Meanwhile, you peeing or shit.
Meanwhile, peeing and crying at the same time. Don't fuck with Denali. Bitches sometimes are like, if I have to lip sync all the way to the top, then I'll do that. And the only person that has actually lip synced all the way to the top is Cameron Michaels. But I feel like Denali could literally bomb every single challenge and lip sync her way all the way to the top. Because there's no way anyone in that cast is beating her.
Oh, y'all better fear for your life if you have to lip sync against her.
People have been writing articles about Denali because of that lip sync. So Denali clearly won the lip sync. There wasn't even like a Ru being like, I've made my decision, and then doing like a little cute look. It was Ru was like, I made my choice. Denali, bitch, what the fuck? Clearly you're saying the like, what the fuck? And unfortunately, Kimora is first to go home.
Yeah, the first one. I feared this after last week.
Yeah.
Because I kind of saw it coming, but I was still hoping that something would have happened, change it all. But I love her. I love the looks that she gave. Legendary.
Congrats, Kimora.
For all you've done, girl. You did a great job.
Your looks were phenomenal, and they will 100% be missed. And yeah, I can't wait till this pandemic's over so I can see you perform, because I really want to see you perform, girl.
Yeah.
I want to see it. I want to see the park and bark. Give it to me. Give it to me. I want it. Thank you. No. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, speaking of, I would be remiss if I did not mention, as a Chicago drag queen, that Denali posted on her YouTube channel a video titled Chicago Drag Excellence that is a lip sync to the song 100% Pure Love by Crystal Waters, but features a plethora of drag artists in Chicago. So once you are done watching this video, which is going to end very soon, go watch that video. I'll link it in the description, because it was, as a Chicago queen, it was like, as a baby Chicago queen. Y'all don't know me, but
they will though.
It was so great to watch, and so affirming as a drag artist in Chicago to see like how wonderful and beautiful this community is. So if you haven't yet, go watch that video, because I'm about to watch it right after we finish recording. So Irby, all in all, are you a fan of this episode?
I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I love this episode. I enjoyed it from beginning to end.
Same. Very bittersweet to see Kimora go. Yeah, it was it was funny, because like so many people have been like, oh, I want the eliminations to start happening. Let's have the eliminations start happening. And I was like, well, yeah, I guess. But then when it happened, I was like, I'm gonna miss Kimora.
Yeah. And if it happens to anybody, I'm gonna miss them, because 2 episodes of just getting to know them and whatnot. Like, I really grew to like everyone.
Yeah, it's sad, because it's definitely gonna feel like, I mean, I told you this earlier, because the girls are so great, it's gonna feel hard to see anybody go, because it's like, well, I want everyone to stay, and you didn't deserve to go, but I guess you did. If we're looking comparatively at everything, then yeah, you probably did deserve to go, but like, I'm just gonna miss you. All right, y'all. Well, I guess that's it for this episode. If you liked it, if you are a fan of Denali, please like this video. If you love Drag Race, subscribe. And if you don't subscribe, then obviously you don't love Drag Race. So like, what are you doing here?
What are you doing with your life?
What are you doing with your life? But no, like, comment, subscribe, click the little notification, little bell thingy to be notified when we post. We post twice a week, sporadically, but we post twice a week. I hope that you all come back and see what else we have for episode 5 of season 13. Wow, it feels weird to be on episode 5 already.
Yeah, a lot has happened.
A lot, but also not that much for me to be like, wow, episode 5,
Yeah, it just feels like, because now the competition's really started.
Yeah.
People are starting to go home finally, so.
Yeah. And next week they're doing a ball challenge. So they have to design one of their looks. So that's going to be fun to see. We will see. All righty. Well, thank you for joining me, Irby.
Of course, Faye.
All right. I will see you later, and we will talk to y'all very, very soon.
Bye, loves.
Ah!